Alright, hello and welcome back to yet another No-Name MAME game. Today's No-Name MAME game is Funky Fish, and before we start, let's welcome back the side overlays. So, let's jump right into Funky Fish. So I've briefly done a sound test, and I'm pretty sure that's the best music you're going to hear throughout this entire game. Although I do like that they start out with like a Pac-Man style intro scene that kind of gives you an idea of what's happening. Huh. So let's think about this. What's happening here? Okay, so you can... Alright, I was a little concerned that you could only shoot and then eat. I see. Well, sound effects were a little harder back in the day. They couldn't make them so great. Actually, wow. This game... Can't talk over it. Like, I literally cannot talk over it. This game really kind of reminds me of Fantasy Zone. You know, the one where you're playing as the Opa Opa and you're shooting around. Oh, wow. It even has a little Defender-style map at the top so you can see where you need to go. Although this game adds in fuel. Although I don't actually know if Defender is fuel. No alternate controls, it's just shoot and go. You know, this game sounds like you could use a little auto-fire. And when I say it could use auto-fire, I mean I can comfortably use auto-fire, not that auto-fire makes the game any better, because you hear the sound. It's not making anything any better. Still, I'm mildly intrigued as to what could happen in this game. I mean, you gotta enjoy the game whose entire premise is to play as a cosmic fish who killed... What's the matter? Stupid fish? So it, like, wasn't letting me fire. I think the fish was just really hungry. And much like normal, everyday fish, he refused to do anything until I fed him. So I'm sure you're noticing all of those cosmic flies just flying around. But what's with the quasars? Why can't I destroy them? I mean, they can generate cherries just great, but I can't destroy them? This is a weird game. How do I play it? Do I have to destroy the quasars in order? Is there like a quota for how many minions I have to destroy first? So, I mean, there's a mysterious number appearing in the upper left-hand corner, and I have no idea quite what that means. There's also a fuel gauge, but, I don't know what that means either. I mean, I'm assuming he's using fuel as he goes along, but why... I see you... Wow. Never thought I'd be dogfighting as a fish. Against eyes. In space. Okay, so the number only goes down when I turn them into cherries and eat their souls. Seems reasonable. Alright, it's feeding frenzy time. Oh, aw. You live to repent. Alright. Now, his eyeboss has turned into a quasar, which will fuel up my... Oh, that was a timer. Alright, so I kind of understand the game. You go from base to base, killing their minions, and when you've killed enough minions and consumed enough of their souls, then you get the cherries, and then you get fuel, and then you get to kill more quasars. It's a little bit of a repetitive, simple game, but the enemies make it really hard because they're all like dodging around and dogfighting, or you've got a dogfight to kill them all. I'm a little curious to see what happens once you beat a stage, but, well, as we've noticed on any of the numerous times we could have seen the intro sequence, the intro screen, this game was made in 81. Oh, and probably gonna see it again. Oh no, I'm a lucky duck. But the game was made in 81, so I mean, gameplay, it's not terribly detailed, or it's not a very, it doesn't have a lot of game mechanics to it. But at least those game mechanics aren't like horrendously repetitive and hilariously misguided. I mean, this game, it really has this like tricky aspect to it. Like, you've got to dodge the enemies and you have to like go for them at the end. The fuel doesn't really change anything, it just means you delay a little bit after you beat them. Oh, and as a herald of... Oh, well, never mind. Now we have space... strawberries. I was gonna say cherries for some reason. But it doesn't seem like the game gets appreciably harder. I wonder what happens if I give up on the eye and try to kill something else. No, not anything too interesting. Man, though, that fish's infectious grin, it's something, alright. He's probably just happy because he knows where his next meal's coming from, which is to say, everything else. Well, I don't know. I mean, on one hand, yeah, it's very unpolished, it's very rough, and the sound effects make the game, like, almost impossible to talk over. But at the same time, I mean, it's definitely got, like, a good gameplay mechanic. I mean, there's a lot of tension as you have to, like, maneuver around. You need to maneuver away from the enemies, shoot the enemies, eat the enemies. It's an interesting gameplay triangle sort of thing where you go from one to the other. I can't imagine the game getting very repetitive, though. It's not going to get any more difficult. Still, I'll give this one a sort of thumbs up. So, that was fun, but this cat's got a scat.